Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of the Mike and V Bodybuilding Show. On location today at Gold's Gym in Gilbert, the mecca of bodybuilding as far as Gold's Gym goes, the best gym for Gold's. But I'd say the mecca of bodybuilding is actually Metroflex. We'll make it good, right?
Yeah, man. Don't get us kicked out of Metroflex, dude.
We got
It's episode number 9, man.
We got a great NPC competitor today, Jamal Musbah. Is that how we say it? Come on out, Jamal.
Come on in, Jamal.
This guy, when I met him, he's just, I think he was barely 18. He's a fitness model, and I remember he came down to Freedom Fitness to do some posing, and I gave him some words of advice. I said, with those legs, man, you got to be a bodybuilder, not a fitness model. Remember that?
Yep. And I remember I was 19, and I just came back from New York, and I went to the 2009 Easterns, and I saw, that was my first bodybuilding show. I've never seen like a real life bodybuilder in my life, so I was so excited. And when I got back, I met you through Scott Turner and Scott Hutchinson, and then Diana Steinbeck, yeah. And she, he was really nice to me, and he saw potential in me, and he told me to come down to the gym. Went down, we posed, and from then on, we would keep in touch throughout everything, and he motivated me. He was one of the first guys to see me before I even really started competing.
How old are you, Jamal? How old are you?
I just turned 24, May 25th.
Well, real young, dude.
I mean, and where he's come from. From 19 to now, gee, many Christmas. I don't know, man. You're pretty big. What are you weighing these days?
Today, I woke up 240 before 8, but there's
he's outweighing us.
I weighed like 238 the other day, and then
you fluxed a little bit.
Yeah, but I'll be coming down soon. We're 14 weeks out.
Yeah, what's the show that you're doing?
I'm doing the Las Vegas Classic.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm going to do the Excalibur.
Cool.
So.
And who are you working with, bro?
Troy Tate.
So you're working with Troy.
New IFBB Pro, Troy Tate.
New IFBB Pro, who we'll have on Wednesday. Troy, congratulations, man. I've known Jamal for a little bit. We've competed against each other, and I've seen the kid progress and progress and progress. I see him like 6 weeks out, and I'm like, dude, this guy's going to do some damage. And then when I see him at the show, I see him like, what happened? What happened? What happened? Tell me about that, dude. Tell me about when we competed. We were all down in California last year, and I know personally because we talked afterwards. That you weren't happy with where you landed, and what are you going to do differently to make sure that you're not in that spot?
Well, at that show, when I about 2 weeks before the show, I think I just lost my mind.
Yeah.
And
it happens.
and I got really nervous, and to be honest, I knew who I was competing against, and I knew that I couldn't come as a slouch, and I knew that I did look good, but for some reason, things got worse, and it was my own fault.
Sure.
And when I got there, I learned that placing out of the top 5, and then I watched Mike win the overall, and he's won overalls before, and I looked at the pictures, and I'm like, you know what? I can see why I placed where I placed, and I saw the difference, and for me,
a lot of that is muscle maturity. Mike's got years and years. You're a young guy. You're 37 at the time.
And I think too, I think you made the right move by grasping a hold of Troy and grasping a hold of somebody that will take you to that next level, because it doesn't matter how much you think you know. When you take the whole deal out of it and for your personal self, I think it is a testament to being able to go farther in this sport and relinquish the control to somebody else, because just like that going crazy, that's where your coach steps in, and I think that's going to be the biggest difference. And I will guarantee you one thing, you will be ripped if you're working with Troy. I guarantee it.
And you, Troy himself, I've seen his conditioning, and he's done well, and he's worked with other people who've done well. But I saw what he did with you. And I know a lot of that's you.
Sure.
You've been a great bodybuilder.
Right.
But I was very confident and felt comfortable in it. And then, I did listen to you tell me, I had other people, telling me as well. And I did. I invested everything into this year that I can put in now.
Looks like you're a great start, man, on your off season.
I've stayed leaner this off season. I was doing cardio almost. No, at first I was doing it 5 days a week, then it was every morning, just like cardio, 20 minutes in the morning, stayed lean. I was very clean, a cheat meal here and there, but for the most part, I trained as hard as I could. This year is actually the hardest year for me, though, off season. really, it was tough, man. I was in a wheelchair. I had like some issues with my arm and my back, but I'm still better than ever. And I think I'm more passionate every year, you know. And
You can see the passion when you do your posing routine. A lot of competitive bodybuilders get on stage, they dread doing a posing routine. They don't want to do the choreography, they don't want to put the time into it. But I see you doing your posing routine. I mean, you're full of life. When the crowd's going crazy, you're out there, you know, hitting your shots. I mean, it looks so natural for you. Do you practice a lot of your posing routines?
More than ever this year. No,
I mean,
I've
it really
actually,
shows.
yeah, man. I've been actually like studying a lot of other guys like Bob Paris, I never really realized how good Lee Labrada is either.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I've been watching these guys, and I've just been, you know, when I pose, I've actually been like closing my eyes and really just not, because I get distracted.
Sure.
You know, and you think what everyone's thinking.
Sure.
So yeah, you know, I think that part's funner and it's important. You know, winning's the most important, but yeah, it's good to be able to show that it's not just me, meathead up there on
Sure.
stage, you know?
Sure.
Well, with the natural genetics that you have, I mean, I don't even think you knew how good you could be, you know, as a young 19-year-old kid doing the fitness modeling that you were doing. You know, I could see it right away. I'm like, dude, you're not a fitness model, you're a bodybuilder. And now look at you. I mean, you've made some great gains, man. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, dude.
You know, the one thing that I noticed too, bro, is when we're at the shows and stuff, you have a pretty good family that follows you around too, right?
Yeah.
And that's a pretty big deal, man. And so tell me a little bit about that, dude. Tell me
A lot of people
the niche up with the
yelling